Hi Tim, I appreciate you taking my call yesterday. It was good to talk to you, and I appreciate you being willing to give me your email address so I could send you this video. Um, so before I jump into the content that I have for you, I want to give you a little bit of my background. I am a U.S. Marine veteran. I got out of the Marine Corps in 2020. Um, Something that I saw happening around that time was a lot of small businesses were hurting as a result of COVID lockdowns, stay-at-home orders, all the craziness that was going on around that time. That was not something that sat well with me because I believe very strongly in small business. I believe that it's the backbone of America. And so that's why I started my company, which is called Sovereign SEO. And my objective here is to connect small business owners such as yourself with more customers so that you can help more people and you can achieve the success and growth that you're looking for. So I want to give you some tips on how to do exactly that using your website, using your presence online. So I want to start by showing you some metrics here. This is a tool that I use called Ahrefs. Among other things, it allows me to take a look at how many people are searching for what on Google every month. So Roofing Companies Tucson gets searched 1,000 times on average per month. All these similar keywords down here, as you can see, they all indicate that people are looking for roofing services in Tucson. They get searched hundreds of times a month as well. So I'm sure you can understand as a business owner how valuable that could be for your business to capture even a small portion of that traffic onto your website every month. If you were to even grab 100 out of these 1,000 searches, that would probably mean somewhere between 5 and 10 people reaching out to you every month. I know when it comes to roofing that even one new job a month is really significant because I know roofing jobs are a ton of work, and so they're worth a lot of money. So if you have 10 new people reaching out to you every month, depending on your close rate, that's anywhere from 3 to 5 customers is what most roofers I work with. And close rates usually between 30 and 50%. And so, I'm sure you can see the value there. And so I want to give you a few tips on how you can do exactly that, how you can capture some more of that traffic onto your page. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is something that I think you're already onto a little bit, and that is mentioning the keywords that are important on your page. The reason I say I think you're already onto this a little bit is because I see Tucson Roofing Company right here, right here, right here, right here. So I can see that you understand that mentioning Tucson Roofing Company on your page is going to allow Google to basically understand that your page should come up in the list when somebody searches for Tucson Roofing Company. I would suggest that you probably mix up the keyword a little bit. I've noticed you have it a few more times here, Tucson Roofing Company. I'm sure there's some more in here. But I would suggest you mix it up a little bit and use some of these other keywords in here. Instead of just using Tucson Roofing Company, you could use things like, roofing Tucson AZ, roof repair Tucson, Tucson Roofing Contractor is a big one too. So I would definitely recommend mixing that up in your content. And it could even help to do it across a few different pages. Like if you add some service pages, and maybe on one of them you talk about roof repair, on another one you talk about roof replacement, on one you talk about commercial, on one you talk about residential. So those are just kind of some ideas of how you can get keywords listed on your page in your content. And so with that in mind, I want to move on to tip number 2, which is how you can be ranked highly for those keywords. So you probably already understand, since I see that you're doing this, that having those words on your page tells Google what you want to be found for. So for example, when somebody searches Tucson Roofing Company, you want to be on that list. So you include those words in your page to make sure that Google knows that your page is about Tucson Roofing Company. So the second half of this equation here is something called backlinks. Because doing this, getting the content on your page, will get you on the list, but it won't get you onto page 1. So what gets you onto page 1 is something called backlinks. And what a backlink is just anytime that you have a link to your website on the internet on another site. So currently you have 24 backlinks off of 8 different websites. And just as a point of reference here, I wanted to show you one of your competitors. So when I type in roofing companies Tucson, which is the word that we looked at over here, that this gets searched 1,000 times per month. When I look this up, your first competitor to pop up is Blue Mountain Roofing. So if we take a look at their backlink profile, these guys have 3,500 backlinks off of almost 300 different websites. I know that's kind of a big and intimidating number. The number of backlinks is not as important as the quality. So getting some, and granted, you do need like some amount of volume at the end of the day. You just don't necessarily need 3,500 right off the bat. But if you get some good quality backlinks going back to your page, you'll see that that'll improve your ranking a lot. One thing that I did want to point out, you guys are already ranking for some good keywords, and I think that that's probably because of your use of this in your page. Google seeing that your page is about Tucson roofing because you reiterate this keyword a lot. So you're ranking for Tucson roofing companies, which small, no wonder there because you mentioned it on your page. The problem is you're on page 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. For these different keywords, you are listed, but you're very far back in the search results. So this tip number 2, I think that backlinks. This is far and away the tip that I'm going to give you tonight that will be most impactful for you, because this could take you from page 6 up to page 1. And we know that pages on, excuse me, losing my train of thought a little bit. Websites on page 5, 6, 7, they don't get a whole lot of traffic. The page 1 is really where you want to be to get a lot of search volume. And so, yeah, I really think this tip is far and away the most important for you. Getting more backlinks and making sure that they're good quality backlinks. So I'm going to move along to my third and final tip here. Has to do with this. My first 2 tips had to do with how you can rank highly down here in what we call the organic rankings. This is called the Google Map Pack, and it's basically Google's business directory. So you'll notice that the rankings here, these top 3, Blue Mountain Roofing, which was the number 1, they're not in this top 3. And the reason for that is the rankings here work a little differently than the rankings down here. Rankings down here, like I talked about, are dictated mostly by backlinks. These have another factor involved, something that's called citations. So what a citation is just anywhere that your business name, address, and phone number are listed together online. Usually something like BBB, Yellow Pages, usually business directories. So my third and final recommendation is you go find where your top 3 competitors have citations, and you get your business cited in those business directories as well. If you grab all of them that all the top 3 have, you're going to have more than any one of them. And you'll see that is really helpful for getting your name up here into these top rankings, which is also important because we know a lot of people get your info here, click on these, get your phone number and go to your website through these. So that can be really impactful too. Just to go over my 3 tips one more time in summary as we finish up here. The first one was adding keyword-rich content to your site. You already have a good start on that. I would recommend mixing it up, so you throw some other keywords in there too. And that'll tell Google what words you want to rank for. Tip number 2, by far the most important tip that I have for you, is get some more backlinks to your site so that instead of ranking on page 5, 6, 7, you can be on page 1. And then tip number 3 is grab some more citations wherever your competition has them, so that you can rank here highly in the map pack. Those are the tips I have for you. I truly hope this info is helpful to you. I would love to hear back with any questions or if there's anything that I can do to help you out with this stuff. So thank you so much for your time watching this, and I look forward to talking to you soon.